I'm Richard Roeper, and coming up next, three working guys with serious supervisor problems concoct a scheme to improve morale at the workplace. Murder! It's my review of Horrible Bosses right now. Horrible Bosses plays like a guy-centric 21st century version of the old workplace comedy 9 to 5. There are moments when I thought it was going to be the funniest movie of the summer, and other moments when I thought, come on, punch up that script. Jason Bateman plays Nick. He's constantly tortured by Kevin Spacey, who's basically doing a variation on the legendary horrible boss he played in Swimming with Sharks. You ought to check out that movie.
You know that last month you made me work so late, I missed saying goodbye to my gam-gam?
I'm sorry, what?
My grandmother. I told you that I needed to see her because she was very, very sick. You said if I left early, I'd get fired. And she died before I made it to the hospital.
I'm sorry.
Thank you.
I had no idea that you called your grandmother.
Jason Sudeikis plays Kurt. He's the #2 man to Colin Farrell's odious, cartoonishly offensive Bobby.
What do you mean by trim the fat?
I want you to fire the fat people.
And then there's the squeaky-voiced Charlie Day. He's a dental hygienist, constantly fending off the advances of Jennifer Aniston. Aw, poor guy.
Can we stop doing this thing here?
Why? Because you have a girlfriend.
Well, she's not just my girlfriend anymore. We're engaged now.
Aniston dishes out the dirty talk, and she really throws herself into the role, but like most of the characters in Horrible Bosses, she's barely even one-dimensional. And because we get only a few brief glimpses of the workplace anguish these guys are going through, it seems beyond contrived when they enlist the services of Jamie Foxx to help them off the bosses.
The po-po. That means police. We'll still pin it to you.
We all have clear motives for killing our bosses, so this is not going to work. This is garbage.
Bateman and Sudeikis are reliable comedic screen presences, but Day is kind of an acquired comedic taste, and for me, his line readings fell kind of flat.
I didn't make it in!
The main joke with Fox's character is that his supposedly funny name is going to have us cracking up, and there's a big, funny, crazy real story behind his so-called criminal history. The screenplay is really hit and miss here. The main problem with Horrible Bosses is that it spins its wheels for most of the second act, with these three not-so-bright buddies floundering their way through this half-hearted murder scheme.
He looks like James Bond.
He really does, dude. I bet he carries one of those guns that you screw together.
Yes.
Those are like the coolest guns they make, man.
great.
So dangerous. What if that is an undercover cop?
That said, there are at least a half dozen good laughs in Horrible Bosses, and most of the talented cast is likable enough. The movie isn't dark enough to become a sicko classic, and it kind of wanders around from one set piece to the next before reaching a hasty conclusion. I give it a C+. I'm Richard Roeper. You can get all my reviews at richardroeper.com and on Reel's channel, TV About Movies.